sangkaan benar. Kebanyakan yang hadir mungkin nak dengar cerita-cerita lain. Jadi, because of that, I will stop now and give you a chance to ask question. But I see that the time is almost 11:20 or 11:30 already. So you have only 15 minutes. Don't ask too many questions. Kesianlah sama. Okay, question?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Mana dia?
Okay. Assalamualaikum Tun. I'm here in the middle.
Payah amunisi, betul lah. Okay. Ini modern technology. You bercakap di situ, saya dengar di sana.
Oh. Improvement of technology. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, my name is Awangku Alizul Azahari bin Awangku Matali. I'm currently doing petroleum engineering in final year first semester. Okay, I would like to thank to you for the great public lecture, and this is, I think, if I'm mistaken, this is my 4th time listening to your public lecture since 2006. Okay, Tun, from a survey conducted by the Federation of Peninsular Malaysia Students, or in Malay, named as Gabungan Pelajaran Melayu Semenanjung, GPMS, okay, about 70% students or undergraduate students are not interested in politics, and 10% pro-government, 20% are choosing to be open. Okay, this is the survey conducted by the GPMS. Okay, in my opinion, this is slowly can kill the students' ability to criticize and to think critically towards the government acts, policies, laws, and regulations, and current issues. And it slow down, get decline. Okay, get decline. If compared to the students, university students in 1965 till 1975, where that is the era which the students, the university students, can give a great impact to the government as the what you call that, as the check and balance agent towards government. Okay, so what's your opinion about this statistic? Okay, that is the first thing. Second thing is about the, as you said just now, it is quite extremely easy to get access into Malaysia, okay, illegally or non-illegally, okay, and they have many purposes to go to Malaysia, maybe to get some money, to get some information and so on. And based on my reading, I found that in PDRM, in Polis Diraja Malaysia, okay, one of the project named Police Reporting System, okay, the project being granted to the Master Plan Consultancy Sendirian Berhad for the phase 3 in supplying, and for the phase 1, 2, and 3 for maintenance. Okay, and from my reading as well, the MPC, the Master Plan Consultancy, it gives the subcon to DGCOM and SSOF Malaysia Sendirian Berhad. And SSOF Malaysia Sendirian Berhad, the stakeholder is B System, about 70%, and SSOF Singapore, 30%. And SSOF Singapore, controlled by SSOF Global, which is belong to the Israel. So from this fact, that based on my reading, okay, through the what you call it, the information, internet, and so on, as you said just now, don't you think that Israel can get access into the internal information of Malaysia in terms of the security and so on? And this is kind of, it can do some blackmail towards Malaysia, and it can give an impact to the Vision 2020 later on.
Thank you.
So okay. The third one is about the...
I think, only 2 questions, please.
Okay, thank you very much.
Bagi Chan lah kat online. Yeah. I'm interested in this survey, which revealed that 70% of Malaysian students are not interested in politics. Only 10% pro-government, and the rest, of course, are perhaps very vocal. But you made the comparison to 1975, when they were supposed to be very, very open. Were you there in 1975? I was there. They were not very open, I can tell you. They were all scared. They were all scared of saying anything. At one time, I was the one who criticized the government. I was alone. Nobody supported me. This was in those good old days. We always talk about good old days, but actually the old days were not so good. I've been through the good old days, and it was not good. You must remember, of course, that we go further back, we will find that at one time we were a colony of the British. And when we were under the British, we were not allowed to participate in politics at all. But when we became independent, we were allowed politics. And because of that, we were able to change government. For example, the Tunku's government was changed to Tun Razak and so on. And in this country, one has to remember that the democracy in this country enables people who are against the government to also win. But if you read about the elections in many countries, not the developed countries, of course, the countries that were former colonies, you will find that every election, 90% or 99.9% would support the government candidate. The non-government candidate gets nothing. And only not very far from us, a bit south from us, you have never seen any change of government. If anybody from the opposition wins, then he is charged with saying things that were treasonous and would be charged in court, or he is found to be bankrupt, and therefore he cannot participate in politics. I don't know whether you have noticed that or not in the south. And I think by and large in Malaysia you are much more free. But there were times when, of course, somebody likes to limit freedom of speech. I was a victim of this policy under the previous government. So I can agree with you, I can also disagree with you. But I was there in 1975. Believe me, they were not any more free than they were in 1981 to 2003, when somebody was the Prime Minister. We win elections, but we also lose elections, because people could speak their minds. And in 2008, as you know, the government party didn't do so well. A lot of people who were government supporters, probably including the 10% pro-government students, did not support the government. That is why the government party did so badly. So we like to criticize our own country as being, undemocratic, not respecting human rights, etc. I would like to maybe arrange a visit. If I have the money, I'll arrange a visit to some countries where, although they have been independent together with us, they have made no progress at all, whether politically, socially, or economically. So before we run down our own country, please do make a proper assessment. Don't read what is written by the Western press. They have another agenda. With regard to access to Malaysia, yes, you have this thing that involves Israel and all that. Oh, well, if you know for sure, why not make a report? I think we have to be responsible people. We make charges, we must be able to back our charges.